I finally managed to find enough Kyber Crystals to complete my full Lightsaber and Kyber Crystal collection in every color and rarity. If you like collecting things like I do, and you're struggling to find enough Kyber Crystals, I have some tips that should help you find them a little quicker. I found it was easiest to travel on water since you don't have to avoid as many obstacles and you can spot chests and enemies from farther away. The new land speeder or any hover vehicle is the perfect tool for finding Star Wars chests, llamas, and mobs that give you Kyber Crystals. Once you have a hover vehicle built, but before you head out, you may want to switch off the ability to deactivate the hover bricks, or you may end up like me and sink your land speeder by accident. You can do this by having the hover bricks turned on and use the wrench to uncheck the assign switch. This way, you can't turn off hovering unless you assign the switch back to the hover brick. Next, you need to pick your weapon carefully. The Light Sabers look pretty cool, but they have terrible durability and only 2 rune slots, so you have to decide between damage, durability, and luck. I recommend having luck 3 in order to increase your chance of getting a Kyber Crystal drop. I did most of my hunting using plasma pistols so I could have all 3 of my favorite runes applied. You can find Kyber Crystals on the Star Wars island, but until the end of the current Star Wars event on June 5th, you can also find them on your main island, which is what I did. It's also a good opportunity to go around the entire mainland and get a feel for how absolutely huge these worlds are. I managed to find enough Kyber Crystals to complete my collection about 3/4 of the way around the mainland. If you're watching this after June 5th, you'll only be able to find Kyber Crystals on the Star Wars island, so you may get a little dizzy going around in circles because of how much smaller the island is. There are 4 things you need to be looking out for. The first are the Star Wars chests. They have a slight red glow, and you can often spot them from a distance. They're usually on their own and don't have any mobs around, but they only have Kyber Crystals occasionally. They do drop a significant amount of Durasteel though, and since they're quick to open and low risk, I found them worth stopping for even if I didn't always get a Kyber Crystal. The second thing to keep your eye out for are the Tauntaun Llamas. They look like the normal llamas, but they have horns on their head. I found that a lot of the time they spawn in sets of 2 or even 3, so if you find one, take a quick look around and see if you can spot another one. Like the Star Wars chests, they only occasionally have Kyber Crystals, but they do drop them and have several other good items like Plastoid. These are another quick, low-risk option even if they don't always have Kyber Crystals. The third thing to look for are the Stormtroopers and Imperial officers. You can usually spot their little black stations spawning in before you'll actually see them. They often spawn close together or in close proximity to a bear or rebel troops. So if you see any of those, then look out for Stormtroopers to be close by. They are the most frequent and easiest Kyber source to find, but you won't always get a Kyber Crystal from them. But they do drop more than the llamas and Star Wars chests, and because you'll find so many of them, the crystals will add up quickly. The final thing to be on the lookout for are the Rancor. They are probably the rarest to find, but you are almost always guaranteed to get a Kyber Crystal. I don't think I ever killed one and didn't get at least 1 crystal. Like the llama, they sometimes spawn in 2s or 3s, so check around for a few more if you find one. The good news is that a limited time event called Rancor Rampage just released, where Rancors should be even more active until June 4th, which should make it even easier to get Kyber Crystals. To make it easier to find both the Rancor and the Stormtroopers, make sure you have visual sound turned on so that you get notified when they're nearby, even if you can't see them. There are also the new Nexu enemy. I've managed to get a Kyber Crystal from them, but it's very rare. You usually only get some meat and wolf claws, so I didn't bother going after them unless they were right next to something else. If you are going to use the new lightsabers to hunt the mobs, make sure to keep an eye on the durability. They run down fast, so make sure to add durability runes to them, and if you recycle them after only using about 30 to 40% of their durability, you'll get all the resources back, including the Kyber Crystal, and all you'll lose is the essence you applied for any ruins. Have fun grinding this out. I'm looking forward to seeing all of the different ways you'll display your lightsabers and Kyber Crystals in your world. Thanks for taking the time to watch my video, and if you've made it this far, I would really appreciate a like and your subscription. And if you're purchasing anything from the item shop and you want to support me, it would be great if you use my creator code, GrindGeek. Thanks for watching, and remember, grind smarter, not harder.